Let's embrace innovative volunteerism. Away, as he go. Rise up, you and me are the solution to this challenge. Let's embrace innovative volunteerism. Away, as he go. Rise up, you and me are the solution to this challenge.
My name is Steffi Maingi, an innovative volunteerism actor. As innovative volunteerism actors, we were trained on how to fabricate, on how to make climate action solutions, clean energy solutions. And some of these climate action solutions that we have made is the solar dryer. The solar dryer has been used by farmers so far, and we've heard so much from farmers about the solar dryers. But as youth, as the innovative volunteerism youth, we have a responsibility to keep on improving this solution. So how do we do that? What we did, we interacted with farmers, and we got to know that during winter, the performance of the solar dryers has gone a little bit down. So what do? We created a chamber that uses clean energy briquettes, and through that chamber, you will be able to put it to the dryer. And once you light the briquettes, the heat from the briquettes gets into the dryer, and there's that heat circulation which helps in drying the food efficiently, just as when the weather is better, when there is sun. So today we have gathered farmers here, and we're going to talk to them to explain to them how to use the chamber, how that chamber is going to benefit, and how it's going to add on to the efficiency of the solar dryer. We're also going to teach new farmers, because there are also new farmers here, on how to use the solar dryers and the benefits of the solar dryers, so that this whole community can benefit from these solar dryers, not only to save their food, but also to ensure that no losses whatsoever, and that they are able to add value to what they produce.
Kuhereria mogonda wito anyeni. Hey, mwathie na wega mogonda wito na muthie.
Murega. Maritwa makwa ni Steffi. Nyumite ebagro pamoja. My name is Steffi Maingi, an innovative volunteerism actor. And today I am here to talk to you about the solar drying centers. Before me here today, I can see a number of khaki women, and I can see that you guys are farming today. You're clearing the farm so that you can plant more. And so far, you have been coming to the drying center to dry your greens. And not only your greens, but other produce. And the solar dryers have been of benefit to you all. So I've been interacting with some of you, and one complaint came to us a number of times, whereby the drying charges, the solar dryer drying charges for the maintenance were a hindrance for most farmers to come and dry their produce, especially those that have a lot of produce. They felt like that charge was a lot, and in these COVID times where the economy is not that good, people stopped coming to the drying center, and this also translated to loss of produce. From our end, this solution was supposed to help all farmers. We want to cut post-harvest losses. We want to increase and enhance food security. So what we have decided to do is to waive off that maintenance fee, and we encourage that all of you should come and use the drying center. And once there is a small problem with the dryer, what we'll do is you farmers will come together, and you can contribute so that we can fix the dryer and you can continue using it. Apart from that, I wanted to also introduce something new that we have brought to you that is going to be a game changer in the drying, whereby we have brought a chamber. This chamber uses briquettes. So you put on briquettes, you put them into the chamber, and then this chamber, the heat from the chamber is going to get into the solar dryer. There are few challenges here and there that you're going through, like when it's raining, there's no enough heat to dry the produce, so it would translate to losses as well. And apart from that also, if something takes very long time to dry, it starts spoiling. Yeast and mold starts growing. So how do we avoid that? How do we avoid that? As Innovative Volunteerism Youth, we have taken it upon us to continue improving and innovating the solutions that we bring to you. So apart from the solar dryer, there's a solution that we brought called briquettes, which are clean energy briquettes. So we integrated the briquettes to the solar dryer by using this chamber, and it's going to help dry produce more efficiently. It has cut solar drying time by half. If you used to dry with 2 days, now you're using a few hours. If you used to use 1 day, you're using 2 to 3 hours. So it has really cut down the drying time, and this shows that the solar dryers are going to be more and more efficient. Another aspect is that you can even dry at night. So you just put on the briquettes at night, put them in the chamber, and that ensures that even during the night when there is no heat, there is no sun, that your produce is still going to continue drying. So it's going to be a game changer. And I would urge you all to bring more and more people so that they can benefit from the benefits of the solar dryer. Most of you are already familiar with the solar dryer, and I see some who are not familiar with the solar dryer. Who here is not familiar with the solar dryer? So you are going to be shown on how to use the solar dryer and also how to use the chamber. So it has been great to hear from you, from the benefits that you are reaping before. And now it will also be excellent to hear that you are saving more, that more and more benefits are coming to you farmers with the introduction of that chamber. So I'm going to show the farmers on how to use this chamber that we have introduced as an additional part of the solar dryer. This is going to make the solar dryer more efficient in drying of produce. So we have started by putting on the jikos. We are all now familiar on how to light briquettes. So the briquettes are used on either type of jiko, whether energy saving or this normal jiko like what we're using here. So those jikos, once you've put the briquettes and the briquettes are on, you put them into the chamber. Then you close the chamber. You have to make sure that you've closed the chamber so that we can ensure all heat that is generated can only get into the dryer. So we have one vent here. This vent is to allow cold air into the chamber. That cold air is then heated using the briquettes, and then we all know that hot air rises. So when that air rises, it will come out through this vent, and this vent goes directly into the solar dryer. So that heat that has been generated from the chamber is going to get into the solar dryer. It's going to circulate everywhere inside the solar dryer, and then it's going to help dry the produce efficiently. So on top of the sun, we also have the heat that is coming from here. One thing that people ask is, what about smoke? Briquettes do not produce any smoke. So you don't have to worry that smoke is going to come from the chamber and get into the solar dryer. Then you're going to get smoked cassava, smoked mbogas. So that is something that you're not supposed to worry about. Also, we have tested this chamber a number of times with different value chains from millet, sorghum, bananas, cassava, groundnuts. And for example, with a practical example, cassava has been dried in this drying center very many times. And on a normal occasion, when it's hot, it used to take 2 days. So now when you use the chamber, the drying time goes down to 6 or 8 hours. So it has cut the drying time by half. Whatever used to take 2 days, 3 days, now it's only taking a number of hours. And it's not only cassava. We're going to groundnuts and light grains like millet, like sorghum. They're only taking 2 or 3 hours to completely dry. We have the machines to test. So you're going to also experience to see that what I am talking about is what is. So we have already had this, we've talked with more and more farmers. Up there we've talked to the Kaki women, and now I'm introducing this to this other group of farmers. So you are supposed to also invite other farmers so that they can ensure that they're getting maximum benefits of the solar dryer, so that more and more people can come and benefit. Prior to this, you'd have a schedule, because the chair lady of the group would have to have a schedule and tell you, you know, you are coming to dry your goods on this day. And sometimes the schedule would not go as planned because of drying time. It might take longer than expected. So now that will be cut short, and it will be very easy for more people to benefit from the dryer. Because if it used to take 3 days, now one person can use the dryer for 8 hours, the next person can come and use the dryer. And the beauty about the chamber is that even at night, you can use the dryer. Because most of the time we'd worry, what do I do at night? There is no source of heat anywhere. So you find that the temperature of the produce in the dryer would go a little bit high. If last night you left it at 20%, you'll find it at 22%. So the beauty about the dryer is that you can dry 24 hours because at night you just put your briquettes, put the briquettes with the jikos inside the chamber, and still at night it's going to produce enough heat to ensure that drying even continues at night. So you don't only need to dry during the day, you can dry 24 hours. So that means that more produce can be dried, and that translates to cutting of post-harvest losses. All right, I think we are all familiar with using the chamber. Now that we have introduced it, what do you think? Do you think that it's going to help you in terms of reducing your post-harvest losses? It will help. All right, I'm very happy to hear that, and I would urge you to invite more and more people, because I believe that there are so many farmers within the area, and this is a very rich area where we have bananas, coffee, there are areas with rice, we have cassava, we have pumpkins. So I would urge you all to invite more and more farmers to come and use the drying centers. As I had mentioned earlier, the drying center services are free. So feel free to come and dry in the dryer. But we also need to make sure, as much as we are bringing different value chains, we need to ensure that the dryers are clean at all times. Once you're done, let's say for example you've dried your bananas, make sure once you remove the bananas, clean the shelf so that the next person coming in will find a clean shelf. Yeah. So let's ensure that we are maximizing on the dryer, and we're ensuring that hygiene has been upheld. Hygiene standards have been upheld inside the dryer, because at the end of the day, we want to ensure that we are consuming healthy food. Yeah. So you don't want something, remnants from one produce to go to the other produce. Is that okay? Yes. Thank you very much.
Wamaritwa ni Elizabeth Wanjiko Kumakat Key Water Project. I'm Grandis Wamaro Kanegeni and Elizabeth Wajohi. We are grateful to the Innovative Volunteerism, a group of youths who came around and built for us the dryers which we have been using to dry our vegetables. We are from the Kaki Women Group, and we do farm vegetables. And these vegetables, during the rainy season, they are in plenty. So we do harvest them, we take them to the dryers, then we dry them, then we keep them as dry vegetables. And today, the Innovative Volunteerism, they have introduced unto us the chambers which will be using clean energy to bring heat unto the dryers, so that even in the rainy season or the cold seasons, we will also be drying our vegetables. And so we are grateful, because at times we used to lose our vegetables, because when the climate is not good, the vegetables does not dry well. And so using these chambers, we are believing that they will be helping us to dry our vegetable even when the climate is not favorable. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you. I'm Mary Wangeshi, Kaki Water Project, which is managed by the women of Kaki Water Group. We are very thankful. We grow vegetables, and we find that some times back we had a lot of loss, because when it is raining we produce a lot of vegetables because of rainfall, which is heavy rainfall. But when it comes during the sunny season, we lose everything. But now we are happy because we have dryers, which helps a lot. We cut vegetables and we dry them in those dryers, of which we don't have any loss. We have enough to eat. We have enough to produce, to support the surrounding members, and also support other people, because we don't have any loss. And with that, When you dry in those dryers, whatever we dry, even if it is maize, beans, bananas, vegetables, they dry completely, whereby they don't produce before aflatoxin. The food is not toxic, so we are free from diseases like cancer, which are produced by aflatoxin because of poor drying. But now with those dryers, we also have another advantage, because we have even bricks, which we use as circle for cooking. Therefore, we also save even the environment, because we don't cut trees. Therefore, with that retro from the whatever we introduced from the farm, it has a lot of profits, because we don't have even use money for buying food. We have enough. We don't produce money to buy firewood. We have enough because of briquettes, because we also grow cassavas in our farms. Therefore, we are very happy. We are also healthy. Our children are healthy because of those dryers. And when you have a healthy people, we also have a healthy nation. Therefore, with that, we also support the nation as a whole. And we are happy because we have also those teachers are trying to introduce other things which are helpful to us, because they have another extension which dries even during the winter. We don't have any loss even the winter where we don't have enough sunlight. Because of that extension, which we use bricks to help dry those vegetables. Therefore, we are happy because even the backing of our teachers is very strong. We have people to move on. We are not alone. Therefore, we are happy because of those dryers. And with that, I think all of us, we say thank you for the good work you have brought to us.
Yeah, I'm Gatero, a farmer from Kenenyaga County, and also the in charge of this drying center. Since the innovative of these dryers, let me say farmers from this area have been benefiting so much, because before they used to lose some of their products. For example, during the rainy season or when the weather changes, they used to lose so much. But since the innovative of these dryers, they haven't been losing anything, because they have been coming to dry their produce here. And now, I thank the innovative volunteerism team of the youths who have also brought unto us these chambers. And we believe these chambers will improve to dry our produce, because they are using clean energy that is from the briquettes. And these briquettes, they does not smell neither smoke, so we shall be using them to dry our produce there inside the dryers. And so I believe and I trust that when we will be using the chambers, it will be easier to dry our produces, and it will be also efficient, and it will also take short time, and so we won't be wasting so much time as we were wasting there before. And also we are encouraging the people from this area and also from other areas that they may be coming to dry their produces here, and so it will be free to everyone to come and dry either maize, cassava, bananas, vegetable, everything. They are welcome to come and dry them. Thank you.
We have interacted with the farmers. We've gotten to explain to them the new changes that we've brought to the solar dryer, the additions, and the changes that we've brought to the solar drying centers in general. And I've also gotten to do a demonstration on how to use these solar dryer chambers that we have added to this climate action solution. So the farmers have been very happy. They even thanked us with the song to show how excited they are that the fees have been waived. And apart from that, the introduction of a chamber whereby they can dry at night and even when it's rainy. They're saying that it is really going to impact on them saving on their post-harvest losses and also cutting drying time, to show that there'll be no sort of contamination, there'll be no sort of growth of yeast and mold because of the long drying time, and also more of them can benefit from the solar dryer because drying time has been cut by half. So if one person used to take 3 days to dry, now it's even going to take a day. So the interchanging of people using the dryer is going to be very frequent, showing that this solution is going to help them cut on post-harvest losses. Apart from that, impact food security, because they not only use what they plant at home, but through value addition, they are able to sell to other people, not only in Kirinyaga County, but all the way to Nairobi County, Embu County, and they even want to expand to more and more counties to sell their dry produce. And they even went ahead and asked, whatever I have dried, how long does it take to spoil? And I told them that when you've dried your produce very well, it can even take more than an year before it spoils. So these solar dryers are going to help them save more, increase the shelf life of their produce, and they will all see the benefits. And they were so excited that they're going to bring more and more people, they're going to encourage more and more people to come to the drying centers so that many people from this community can benefit from these solar drying centers. As youth, innovative volunteerism youth, we feel very motivated. I personally feel very motivated to see that farmers are accepting the climate action solutions that we are creating, and even the more innovations that we are bringing to them. That reception is a great motivator to us youth to continue creating more and more solutions and doing better, improving and innovating more and more. Innovative volunteerism.
Innovative volunteerism. Khaki Women Group.
This is impact. This is climate action. This is what each and every one of us should do. Ushering ourselves to action is our own fierce urgency of now, to drive climate action solutions that touches lives of mothers in villages, that help inspire youth to be able to retool their skills and become useful. And in the course of becoming useful, they devise solutions that can touch millions of lives. That's innovative volunteerism. That's impact. And that's what each and every one of us must do. Climate action is a need, and we must usher ourselves and become stakeholders in taking climate action in a way that drives socio-economic opportunity. This is innovative volunteerism. This is impact. This is what we must be able to all do, because that's how we can drive transformational development for people and planet.
Magonda wito ate mwangane wa undoire.